a sunny afternoon here at the pitch on the campus of West Texas A&M University as we get set for today's matchup between Oklahoma Christian as the Eagles travel over from the great state of Oklahoma to the Texas Panhandle to take on the West Texas A&M Buffaloes. And, of course, this one today, an important one as far as both teams getting ready for Lone Star Conference playoff action. And so both teams are here ready to get this one underway under a sun-splashed afternoon. Bit windy. 68 degrees is our game time temperature. Winds out of the south at 18, gusting to 25 at times. And so that could come into play here a little bit this afternoon. Of course, this is senior day, too, as well. Number 22 ranked Buffaloes come into this one as their regular season home finale against Oklahoma Christian. WT leads this series with a 13-0-1 mark. The Buffs and Eagles tied earlier this season in a non-conference match in Oklahoma City. Previous meeting, Kenny Brown scored first in the 29th inning on a penalty kick. Late in the second half, Oklahoma Christian was able to tie up the ball game and leave it at a draw earlier in the non-conference portion of the season. The Eagles enter this contest after drawing with UT Permian Basin. In fact, in the last 5 games, Oklahoma Christian holds a 1-2-2 record. Daniel Gutierrez leads the Eagles with 7 goals, while Finn Coroner holds a 1.00 goals against average, 1 goal per contest after making 33 saves and allowing 14 goals on the year. Now, we say that from the standpoint that he will not be starting, though, today. Instead, Daniel Hoser, a freshman from Hempstead, England, will get the start in goal for Oklahoma Christian today. The Buffs picked up a well-deserved Lone Star Conference road win against Eastern New Mexico on Saturday. WT struck first in the 71st minute off the foot of Brown. 10 minutes later, Ben Siri added another goal after Brown placed the ball over the Greyhounds' back line. And so, again, a nice win for the Buffaloes. They are 5-2-8 on the season and ranked number 22 in the country. Oklahoma Christian is 8-4-4. They were ranked as high as 17 earlier this year, but currently not in the top 25. When you take a look at that, of course, the highest team in the conference is St. Mary's. They're ranked number 6 at 10-0-5 on the season. Of course, West Texas A&M at number 22. They were not ranked last week, and so they make it into the rankings. And so, again, that's kind of how Midwestern State has made honorable mention as far as rankings are concerned, but that is how this one will stack up today. We want to take a timeout. We'll do so and come back with our starting lineup, but first, this break on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Delicious, refreshing, Pepsi.
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
We are Carpet Tech, and we are family. More than carpet cleaners, we're a team. Diving right in, not afraid to invest in our work and each other. We're killing it day in and day out, never shrinking from a challenge. Our people are 1 part passion, 1 part grit, and about a zillion parts awesome. And we are always looking to add to our family. So what are you waiting for?
Choosing the right countertops for your kitchen can be tricky. Nowadays, there are hundreds of colors, patterns, and textures and materials that range from natural to engineered stone. Marble Depot is here for you throughout every step of the process. And yes, we do have a lot of options that might make that decision a little harder, but we're also going to ask the right questions so that you get the most out of your investment. So come by our showroom and let us help create what you've been dreaming of.
Welcome back to the pitch on the campus of West Texas A&M as we get set for this Lone Star Conference matchup between the Buffaloes of West Texas A&M and Oklahoma Christian. For the Eagles, their starting lineup looks this way today. They will be starting out with T.J. Ross, Elliott Forrester, Alpha Berry, Sava Lopez, along with Diego Comanche, along with Job Clausen, Alejandro Colom, Alexandre Rodriguez, also Isai Silva. Also today, Daniel Gutierrez gets the start, and in goal will be Daniel Hoosier. He's a 6'6 freshman from Hebsteb, England, and so he'll get the start in goal. For the Buffaloes, their starting lineup looks this way. Saf Crystal in goal, Kenny Brown, Brian Martinez, Dennis Herrera, Payne McIver, Keaton Hartman, Sam Scarth, Arturo Barrera, Dylan Watson, Ben Siri, Steven Hernandez, Antonio Perea, and Ricardo Castillo. And that'll be the starting lineups for the Buffs today. The Buffs will be in their home light gray uniforms. First time we've seen those here at the pitch this season. And, of course, the numerals are in maroon. For Oklahoma Christian, they will have white tops and maroon pants. And they will be going from left to right as we start this one today, while the Buffs will be going from right to left. And here is our national anthem here from the pitch on the campus of West Texas A&M University. Well, again, a gusty, windy afternoon here at the pitch. It's been an interesting 48 hours. We had light snow here on Monday evening and rain throughout the entire day on Monday. Yesterday, beautiful day, hardly any wind whatsoever, and about the same kind of temperatures. And then, of course, today, beautiful sun-splashed sky, fall colors around the area, trees beginning to change as we get set for this contest. Again, 68 degrees is our game time temp as we are about to get this one underway. Again, the Buffs will be going from right to left. And for the Eagles, they will be going from left to right. The Buffs come in with a record of 5-2-8, number 22 in the country, while Oklahoma Christian is 8-4-4. Goals per game, WT 1.2 goals per game. Oklahoma Christian 1.69. Shots per game, 15 for the Buffs, 11.4 for Oklahoma Christian. Shot percentage is .08 for WT, 1.148 for Oklahoma Christian. Shots on goal, .396 for the Buffs, .497 for Oklahoma Christian. And goals against average, .73 for WT, .94 for Oklahoma Christian. And so, again, this should be a pretty even match as you look at the Lone Star Conference. St. Mary's tops the league with a 6-0-1 record, and they have 19 points. West Texas is next, 3-0-4. They have 13, and Lubbock Christian also 13, 4-2-1. And so those are the top four teams, or I should say, we get ready. The top two teams will get a bye, and then the next two will host the first round of the Lone Star Conference. This is controlled by Oklahoma Christian, as they will take it over along the left side. WT trying to bring their defensive pressure a little tighter on the Eagles here in the early going. as Oklahoma Christian controls it. Now they get it to the back line. Try to get it across the way. And they'll bring it back over on the near side, and that's going to be Rodriguez, the 5'10 junior from Portugal, who will try to get it up the field. He does indeed to Alejandro Colom, 5'8 senior from Palma de Marcala, Spain. Quickly they get it up ahead. Buffs, they'll return it back, trying to get it to the midline, and then Dennis Herrera has it, and he will bring it across, trying to feed it up ahead. And a scramble for the ball. That's going to be kicked out of bounds by Oklahoma Christian. So it will be a Buffs throw in for WT here on the near side. So the Buffs get set to put this one in play. Anthony Perea, 5'9 junior from Frisco, will bring it in and gets it to Brown. Kinney will try to get it to the backside. It's taken away by Oklahoma Christian, and they'll feed it up ahead. Buffs come up and challenge, taking it away. Arturo Barrera, whose defense has been spectacular over the last several games. So he gets knocked out of bounds, and that'll be an Oklahoma, no, check it'll be a WT throw in. So coming over to throw this one in will be Dylan Watson, the 6-foot freshman from Flower Mound. Instead, though, he'll give way to Pereira. Anthony will get it in play. He'll get it back to Barrera, and now he'll go along the back line to Brian Martinez. So Barrera puts his foot into it, tries to get it up ahead to Kenny Brown. Instead, Oklahoma Christian comes away with the theft, and they will bring it across the midline as they try to dribble through traffic. And they feed it up ahead on the near side. That's going to be TJ Rolfs. Rolfs takes it toward the middle. The Buffs were able to knock it away. And so that's going to be brought over. And now Watson will attack the other way. Watson takes it in the middle. Kenny Brown gets it up ahead to Herrera. Herrera takes it in the middle. He's got a breakaway. Herrera takes it, crosses back to the middle. Here's going to be Watson. Watson will feed it up. There's a shot and a goal for the Buffaloes on a beautiful setup play by the Buffs. A beautiful shot, a glorious goal over on the right side as the Buffs are able to just feed it up perfectly and get it up ahead. And we watch here on the replay. And again, here's a nice feed over, and here's the shot that is in, finds the back of the net, and that's going to be Keaton Hartman who finds the goal. Now Oklahoma Christian is complaining. And let's see. The officials are getting together. They're wanting an offsides, I think is what they're trying to get. Oh, and their argument is leveled. And so that'll take the goal off the board. And so, man, that guy over there missed it. And, well, let's see. They're still on the board. So we'll try to figure this one out. As the officials kind of get together and then waved a penalty flag. Comes up. Herrera makes the theft. Now controlling it on the near side. Oklahoma Christian brings it over. With it is Colom. Colom to the middle as they try to feed it up ahead. Pressure as the Buffaloes come away with it and knock that one out of bounds. A nice play by Barrera. And so Barrera kicks it in front of the WT bench. And that'll be a throw in. So they did take the goal off the board for offsides for WT. And so not sure really because the defender was back there as the WT player went around him. The ball was already across. And so not sure why the far side official made that call, but nevertheless takes the goal off the board, and so we're still knotted at 0. Oklahoma Christian controls it. They send it to their back line to reset once again. And comes over on the near side to Colon. And that is going to be out of bounds, and that'll be a WT throw-in. And so Pereira gets set to throw this in. Gets it into Watson. Back over to Brown. Brown will send it to the back row. Instead, Oklahoma Christian comes up and makes the theft. And the thing is, that's interesting, is their white tops are pretty similar to the light gray that WT has. And so that'll be a goal kick for the Buffaloes as that goes out of bounds. Off of man up front for Oklahoma Christian, and that's Silva, the 5'9" sophomore from Mustang, Oklahoma. So Asaf Cristal, the freshman from Tel Aviv, will put this one in play. Again, senior recognition day today, and that'll be at the half during our halftime festivities. Buffs control it. They kick it across. Here's a scramble for it. Now Oklahoma Christian has it. And bringing it across is going to be Cologne. Crosses over in the middle. They work it over in the left corner. And that's going to be knocked out by the Buffs. Buffs, there's a back kick to feed it over on the right side. Controlling it for WT. It's going to be kicked out of bounds, and that'll be a throw-in for the Buffs. Getting that put in play was Ricardo Castillo. Oklahoma Christian comes away with a steal. Come over on the near side, chasing it down on the right side, trying to keep it in play is Rolfs. Rolfs has it knocked out of bounds, and that'll be a goal kick for the Buffaloes. No, instead they're going to say the Buffs knocked it out, so it'll be a corner kick first of the ball game for Oklahoma Christian. So down there, let's see, to line it up, it's going to be, for a moment, it was Comanche, and instead it's going to be Elliot Forrester who will put this one in play. Forrester gets set, kicks this one up. It's going to be headed out by the Buffaloes. That'll go over on the far sideline, and so that'll be a throw-in for the Eagles. We played about 7 minutes. The Buffs had a goal they took off the board because of an offsides. They haven't really put that up on the scoreboard as an offsides, but I believe that's what the officials were calling on that play. So Oklahoma Christian all the way across will throw this one in. And again, this will be Forrester who puts it in play. It's going to be knocked back out. So Forrester will get another opportunity. Buffs take that one and send it across the midline. So the goalie, which is Hoosier comes up and puts that back in play. Gets it over to Barry. Barry will control it for the Eagles. Now it comes to the near side, TJ Rolfs. Now they have to go back to the goal because the Buffs have responded on the near side. Rodriguez controls it. Here's a kick back to the goalie to put it in play. He's going to have to lob it out to the midline. Buffs control it and then get it back. Scramble, Scarth with a header to Hartman. Hartman been tripped up, no call. Brought out on the near side. With it is Colomb. Colomb will race up. Scramble for the loose ball. Oklahoma Christian controls it, and that is Lopez. Lopez. And really, Lopez's last name is Catena, but they call him Salva Lopez. Kenny Brown now controls it for the Buffaloes. Kenny will bring it back to the back line. The Buffs will reset it. Brian Martinez that comes over on the near side to Arturo Barrera, senior from Duncanville, will bring it up to Perea. Back to Arturo Barrera. Over across to Martinez as the Buffs reset. That one gets away. Here's coming up is the goalie, Cristal, who lobs it across the midline. Herrera over to trying to get it over on the near side, does so. With it is Perea. Takes it toward the middle, trying to control it. Payne McKeever, and that was going to be taken away. Perea is tripped up, no call, and that should have been a foul on Oklahoma Christian. The official reached for his whistle and then put it back in. Watson controls it, slides down though on the turf, so that gets away from him. Coming up, the Buffs putting pressure, trying to control it is Cologne. Sends it back to the goalie. And so they'll reset here. We'll set it up to the middle. Coming up, Scarth as it goes over to Barry. Barry will work it around again to Rodriguez, who comes on the near side. Rolfs, again, very deliberate. Oklahoma Christian, very deliberate offensively, and we saw them, the women play them last night, and they settled on a 1-1 draw in the matchup between WT and Oklahoma Christian. We also saw them last night be very deliberate on how they want to attack offensively, where the Buffaloes, both the men and the women, want to be aggressive and go after it, and so Oklahoma Christian much more deliberate as they control it on the back line. Over on the near side. Here's a feed up, trying to get it up ahead, but Barrera will get it back and kick it up ahead. Finds Hartman. Now scramble. McKeever gets it back to Scarf. Over on the right side, Buffaloes. Scarf feeds it over in the corner. Trying to drive traffic is Castillo. Cardo will send it back to the goalie, Cristal, and the Buffs will reset. Berea gets it up to Pereira. Anthony, 5'9" junior from Frisco. Now they'll kick it back to the goalie. And Cristal will bring it out. Feed it over on the right side. Now the Buffs being a little more deliberate offensively. We played about 12 minutes, and that'll be a throw-in for Oklahoma Christian. Dennis Herrera trying to fire up the Buffaloes, trying to get them a little more involved. But he goes up, puts pressure on the ball. Buffs come up quickly. Brown attacking. They send it back to the goalie. Brown still attacking. Goes over on the far side to Barry. Barry. That's kind of what I think Dennis Herrera was saying. Don't let Oklahoma Christian kind of lure you to sleep with their deliberate style. And so he was trying to pick up the energy level for the Buffs. So it'll be a throw-in for Oklahoma Christian. It's hit to midfielder Jaap Clausen, 6-foot senior from Durham, Netherlands, and they get it up ahead, and that's going to be a goal kick for the Buffaloes as they try to get it. Oklahoma Christian on the right side up to Colomb. He battled over there with Perea, and it went out of bounds. So a goal kick for Asaf Cristal. Freshman gets set to put this in play. Martinez goes over to the right side. Bringing that up will be Castillo, Ricardo. Control it along the midline. Now bring it across to Barrera. Arturo will feed it to Anthony Perea. Back to Barrera. Over to Martinez. That's going to be blocked by Oklahoma Christian, and they make the theft there at the midline. Coming up, they feed it up ahead. And that's going to be taken away by the Buffs. Hartman gets it over to Kenny Brown. Brown will dribble through. Tries to lob it up ahead. Trying to feed it up ahead. He tried to get it to Martinez, had broken free from the back line and was going up and on a roundabout, kind of an end around, and their goalie puts this in play at the midline. It's going to be headed out by the Buffs. That's going to be knocked out of bounds, and so that will be a throw-in for Oklahoma Christian. Eagles have it. They get it up to Rodriguez. Alexandre brings it over on the near side. Colomb sends it toward the middle. Now he gets it back. Tries to dribble through traffic. Goes over to Lopez, who will now swing it across the field to the other side. That's going to be knocked out of bounds, so that'll be an Oklahoma Christian throw-in. We played about 15 minutes, no score in this one. Again, the Buffs had a breakaway early and scored. And then the officials got together because Oklahoma Christian was complaining of offsides. And so the sideline official agreed with the Eagles, threw up the flag, and they waved off the goal. That's going to be kicked out of bounds on the far side, and that'll be a WT throw-in. So getting set to throw this one in. Ricardo Castillo. It's going to be hit up to the midline. McKeever tripped up, no call. Comes over to the middle of Hartman. Hartman swings back around. He's tripped up, no call. There is a foul called. So again, trying to feed it up ahead to Hartman. So that'll be a free kick for the Buffaloes. It's a conversation going on between one of the Eagles and the official on that call. Amarillo National Bank, we'd like to thank Amarillo National Bank for their support of WT Athletics. Amarillo National Bank, locally owned, family strong, and here to stay. Here's a shot that is going to go wide of the goal. And so there'll be a goal kick for the Eagles. As Daniel Hoosier will put this in play. Again, the advantage for him, 6'6". Uses that length in goal. And that is going to be WT throw in. Perea gets set to put this in play. It's lobbed up to Brown, who feeds it over to Hartman. Hartman to McKeever. McKeever keeps it alive. Scramble for the loose ball. It's going to be kicked out of bounds, and that's going to be a WT throw-in. Getting set will be Anthony Perea. Puts it in play. Feeds it up to Brown. Brown over to McKeever. Gets away from him. Oklahoma Christian able to come up with the loose ball. Cologne sends it over across the way. Now the Buffs will get it back. It's going to be kicked in and kicked out of bounds by Oklahoma Christian, so that'll be a throw-in for the Buffaloes. So the Buffs get set to put this one in play. Ricardo got a lot of pressure on him, has the ball taken away. Now there's a scramble and a foul called on Ricardo Castillo. So that'll turn it back over to Oklahoma Christian. They'll get a free kick. They come all the way across the field and trying to scramble and run that one down is TJ Rolfs before it goes out of bounds. Buffs attack. Hartman goes back to the goalie. Comes over on the near side, or the far side, excuse me. Oklahoma Christian. And there's going to be a foul called on the Buffaloes. So free kick, getting set to put this one in play, will be Diego Camache. Comes to the back line. It goes over to the far side, and that will be Barry who will bring it up. Barry comes back again to Rodriguez. He'll come swing it to the right side. And now Gutierrez will have it. For Oklahoma Christian, back over to Barry. Pressure again. Cross to the near side. Cologne. He falls down. You're going to call a tripping penalty. So it'll be a free kick for Oklahoma Christian. Getting set to put this one in play is Jaap Klaassen. Let's see if he's going to put it in play or if it's going to be Cologne. They're both there. Cologne says he's ready. He's going to put it in with his left foot and goes to the far side. That's going to be headed out by the Buffaloes. Scramble. Oklahoma Christian has it. They will have it popped up in the air trying to get away. The Buffaloes come away with a theft. McKeever gets it up ahead to Brown. Brown looks, tries to go across the field, and he got tripped up by the Eagles. Trying to feed it ahead to Dennis Herrera. Buffs had that one back. Come over on the near side. Here's a scramble. Scarf to Anthony Pereira. He controls it. Played 20 minutes, coming up on the 21st minute here in the first half. Buffs bring it to the near side. Now they go back in goal to Asaf Cristal. Gets it out to Brian Martinez. Martinez to Barrera. And he'll bring it up on the near side. Arturo kicks it back to Martinez. Brian, the junior from Houston, Texas, takes it in the middle. Comes up, tries to feed it on the near side to Hartman. Gets it up. Tanner will dribble around the player, takes it back to the middle. He's tripped. There's going to be a foul called on Cologne, so that'll be a free kick for Martinez, or excuse me, for Hartman. And Sam Scarf will come up and put this one in play, or will it be Pereira? Cologne. Alejandro stays there for a long time before he goes back to set up the wall. So Pereira and Scarf are both there. Scarf's going to put this one in play. Tries to bend it toward the goal. It's going to be headed out by Oklahoma Christian, so that'll be a corner kick for the Buffaloes. So Kenny Brown will jaunt over there to get set on the far corner to put this one in play. I'd like to thank Jimmy Fincher Body Shop for their support of WT Athletics. Equally skilled at repairing damages or customizing your vehicle, Jimmy Fincher is your top Amarillo auto body. And we'd also like to recognize Dan Schumann. Edward Jones is a proud partner of WT Athletics. Thank you for your continued support of our Buffs and Lady Buffs. Kenny Brown gets set to put this one in. Curls toward the goal, trying to get a header up and trying to jump up, but knocked away was Brian Martinez. And so
entering the pitch for the Buffs, number 12, Adam Sosak, number 13, Chris Palomino.
So Adam Sosak will come in, the 5'10 freshman from France. Chris Palomino, 5'9 sophomore from Houston. Dennis Herrera and Payne McKeever come out along with Keaton Hartman. So the Buffs putting pressure. Cologne goes to the back line. Ball gets away from Rodriguez and it's kicked out of there. Buffs will head it back across the midline. Now they're trying to feed it up ahead. There's a scramble for the loose ball. It's up in the corner. Crossover toward the corner. Shot is blocked by Cristal, who comes out and feeds it up ahead. Buffs now trying to advance on the near side. They get it up ahead, and there's a trip, no call. Takeaway by Oklahoma Christian. That was Sosak who had it taken away from him. He's coming over. Put pressure on the ball. Get it to the back line, and that's going to be Rodriguez. Over to Barry, over on the far side they go. Giving a go. That's taken away by the Buffs. Now Oklahoma Christian with the take back. They feed it over on the near side. There's a lob up ahead to the corner, trying to run that one down, and that's going to be almost a header. That's knocked out of bounds. Was it knocked out by the Buffs? That's going to be a corner kick for Oklahoma Christian. Is nice advance on that one for the Eagles. So they'll get another corner kick. Be their second of the ball game. So over there to put this one in play, Elliot Forster. 6-foot freshman from Roselle, Australia. Bends it, and that one's going to be headed out by the Buffaloes. Kicked up ahead. Now a scramble for the loose ball. Sprint for it. Coming up with it. And there's Sosak's taken down. The referee lets him play on. It's a crossover. And that's going to be a foul called on WT on Chris Palomino. And credit Diego Comanche. Bit of a flop on that one, but he drew the whistle, and that's exactly what you want to do. Journey Canyon Coffee is a proud supporter of WT Athletics. Stop in or drive through for your favorite hot or iced drink. Thank you for your continued support of our athletics. Cologne is there. So too, see who's going to put this one in play. And so that's lobbed up, and that's hit out by Cristal. There's a back kick, and we got a foul called underneath on Oklahoma Christian. So it's going to be a goal kick. Comes over to the near side. Perea. Kick back to Scarth, to Barrera, over to Martinez. Martinez will get it up ahead, trying to get it to Castillo. Castillo comes over to Perea on the near side. Perea gets it up ahead. Kenny Brown back to Barrera, who will bring it up. Comes over to Brown. Back to Perea. Buffs again trying to reset. Spread out Oklahoma Christian. So they go over the right side. This is kicked up toward the middle. Controlling it is Calderon. Venancio came in at the last opportunity. He controls it at the midline. Goes in the middle. They kick it over on the right side. Trying to dribble through traffic is Palomino. Has it taken away by Oklahoma Christian. Scramble for the loose ball. Buffs take it back the other way. There's a feed up ahead. Controlling it. Feed up on the right side. Sosak crosses over, takes it to the middle, kicks it up toward the goal. And that gets over the head of Scarth. Sam sits it back to Perea. Anthony goes back to the back line. Now comes up ahead to Sam Scarf. Scarf toward the goal, and that's going to be off the goalie, and it's a loose ball, but coming away with it, holding it out, is Lopez, who gets it up ahead. Perea. Now we'll reset and goes over to Martinez. Brian over on the far side to Castilla. To Perea. Martinez. Back to Barrera. Now they feed it up ahead to Watson. And it's going to be kicked out of bounds, and that's going to be a WT throw-in. So Perea will put it in play. Sends it back to Barrera. Barrera kicks it across to the way. Ricardo Castillo now takes it on the give and go, try to get it across. Buffs have it. They look to lob it up ahead to Hartman. Hartman controls it. Takes it down on the near side corner. Crosses over, back to the middle. Puts a shot on and just misses the angle on that one. Needed to go one more step probably. Then he had the right angle to boot that one through. I'd like to thank Kenny Dean State Farm for being a proud partner of WT Athletics. For great service and great rates, call Kenny Dean State Farm. So getting set to put this in play for Oklahoma Christian, it will be Daniel Hoosier, goal keep. Drives this one to the midline. Buffs headed back the other way. It's controlled on the near side, Sosak. And takes it down in the corner. Comes back toward the middle, feeds it to Hartman. Or to Watson, excuse me. Watson had it for a moment, then had it taken away. That's going to be kicked out by the goalie. And that's going to be controlled by Oklahoma Christian as they get it up on the near side, and that's going to go out of bounds, and that'll be a WT throw-in. So Buffs put it in play. Get it on the far side, and that's Palomino. Has it knocked out of bounds. Another Buff throw in. Ricardo puts that in play. Lobbed up to Scarth. Comes with a header to the back line. Trying to get it to Brown, and then we're going to have a tripping call. Nope, we're going to have a penalty call. We've got a yellow card. Well, that's going to be whistled on Kenny Brown. So free kick for Oklahoma Christian. And so the Eagles get set to put this one in play. Canyon Chamber of Commerce is a proud partner of WT Athletics. The Canyon Chamber works with local businesses to provide economic growth for the city of Canyon. Thank you for your continued support of WT Athletics. This one's kicked up high over to the far side. Cristal comes up and grabs that one. Brings it out. Advantage on that. Cristal can go up and grab it in the box in his hands, and so it does just that. Martinez goes over to the far side to Castillo. Back they come. Now on the near side to Arturo Barrera. Shadows are beginning to encroach here at the pitch. As that one's kicked way over the head of, trying to get it on the near right side to Dylan Watson. In it comes. Scarth comes up and tries to take it away, but there's a kick up ahead. And that's going to be knocked out of bounds, and that's going to be, I think, a corner kick for Oklahoma Christian. Just under 12 minutes left to play here in the first half. No score between the Eagles and the Buffaloes. Oklahoma Christian will go over to the far side for a corner kick. Getting set to put this one in play will be Joop Clausen. Joop puts his foot into it. There's a scramble. It's going to be headed out by the Buffaloes. There's a kick back toward the goal. Again, kicked out by WT. Now it's controlled on the near side. With it, advancing. It's going to be Watson. Watson trying to feed it up ahead. For the Buffs, they have it. And there's a shot. Oh, and they can't get it in. Taken away by Oklahoma Christian. They had the goalkeeper completely out, and the Buffs could not get a good shot on that one. They still control it. Here's a lob up toward the middle. It's going to be headed out by Oklahoma Christian. Buffs still have it. They come over on the near side to Calderon. Now, Calderon sets it up to Perea, back to Calderon. Now to Perea. A couple of substitutes getting set to come in. Ben Siri will come in at the next opportunity for WT. Also getting set will be Tanner Clements, 6-foot senior. Perea to Calderon, back to Barrera. Coming up on 10 minutes left to play in this first half. It's scoreless between Oklahoma Christian and the Buffaloes. Now the Buffs start to attack. Kick it up on the far side. That's going to be headed up. That's going to be knocked out of bounds, so that'll be a throw-in for the Buffaloes.
Entering the pitch for the Buffs, number 2, Tanner Clements.
So Clements comes
Number
in.
9, Giancarlo Saldana.
Saldana comes in. Giancarlo.
And number 35, Ben Siri.
Ben Siri makes his way in. Kenny Brown will sit down. So too will be Dylan Watson. So he'll come out. Also coming out for the Buffaloes, Ricardo Castillo. Here's a shot toward the middle, and offside's called on the Buffaloes. So it'll be a goal kick for Oklahoma Christian. T Athletics would like to thank AOMS for their continued support of our athletics. AOMS, the official oral surgeon of WT Athletics, is committed to helping your family keep happy, healthy smiles. It's going to be headed out by Perea, hit toward the middle, and Oklahoma Christian sends it the other way, thanks to Salve Lopez. This is kicked back toward the goal, and so that's going to be knocked up ahead, trying to get it up to Sosak. Buffs control at the midline. Saldana over on the right side. Now here's a give over in the corner. There's a pass from Palomino. Trying to set up Sosak, but that was knocked out of bounds by Oklahoma Christian, so a throw in for the Buffs. Scarth has it, lobs it up toward the goal, but that's going to be over the top, so that'll be a goal kick. Substitute coming in for Oklahoma Christian will be Luke McElhaney, a sophomore from Edmond, Oklahoma.
Entering the pitch, number 19, Luke McElhaney.
So a goal kick for Ozier. Gets set to put this one in play. Scramble for it. Scarth with a header out of bounds. That'll be Oklahoma Christian throw in. Eagles right at the midline. We'll send it to the back line, and that's going to be Barry who will control it. Got pressure on him from Sosak. They have to lob it up quickly because the Buffs were right there. The Buffs again advance it. Across the midline, kicked back by Oklahoma Christian. That's going to be headed across and headed back by the Eagles. They get it on the far side. That's going to be thought it was going to be taken away by the Buffs, but instead a foul called on WT. So free kick for the Eagles. And putting it in play is going to be Clausen over on the near side to Rodriguez. Kicks it up ahead. Scramble for the loose ball. Buffs come away with it. They get it to Martinez over on the right side. Get it to Tanner Clements. Clements will feed it up ahead. Scambler in the middle. Shot toward the middle is broken up by Oklahoma Christian. Calderon had it, but had it taken away. So Oklahoma Christian now it has it. Calderon putting pressure on, trying to make the theft, and is able to get it to the WT. They'll feed it to the back line. Clements to Martinez. Over on the near side to Barrera. Barrera kicks it toward the middle. Sosak. Back to Barrera, to Perea. Kicks it over now to Ben Siri. Siri keeps it going. He kept it in bounds. He went out of bounds, but he kept it in bounds, and the Oklahoma Christian fans are wanting the turnover there. It goes to Siri on the near side. Siri crosses over toward the middle. Tried to feed it over in the middle to Sosak, but taken away by Oklahoma Christian. They have it now on the near side. Here's a lob up ahead. Breakaway for Oklahoma Christian, trying to control it. Buffs are able to kick that one away. No, that's a foul. Should have been a foul, not called. Buffs will kick it toward the midline. That's going to be headed up by Sosak, and they'll go back to the goal keep. As controlling it now will be Hozier. Daniel will pick it up, get set to put it in play. Coming up on the 4-minute mark, left to play in a half. No score in this one. That's going to be headed out by Anthony Perea, so it'll be a throw-in for Oklahoma Christian. Getting set to deliver this one will be Zach Snow. Snow, a junior from Yukon, Oklahoma. Gets it in play. Siri has it. And that's going to be kicked up and out of bounds, and so that'll be another throw-in for Oklahoma Christian. Zach Snow will put this in play once again. Tries to lob it up ahead. Buffaloes make the theft. Scarth goes toward the middle. Now Oklahoma Christian takes it back, and they'll go back to their goalie. 3:16 left to play in the first half. No score. Here's a shot over on the far side. That's going to go out of bounds, and that'll be a WT throw-in. Buffs. Clements gets set to throw this one in and does. Saldana to the back line. Comes across the way to Anthony Perea. Perea lobs it up ahead to Siri, but that got away from him. Couldn't get the angle on it. So that goes to the goalkeeper. Hoosier will get ready to kick this one out. Does so over on the far side to Barry. Alpha Barry. The junior from Paris kicks it over as they get it up ahead in the midline. Buff's trying to make the theft right at the midline. Oklahoma Christian controls it. They go over on they dribble through traffic. Nicely done there, but the Buffs come away with the theft and take it back the other way. Come over on the near side. Siri tries to feed it up ahead. But coming way out of goal is Hoosier to kick that one away. And then that's going to be kicked back the other way, trying to get it to Sosak. Trying to run it down. Saldana. John over on the near side to Calderon. Calderon gets it up to Perea. Anthony crosses over toward the middle. Kicks it across the field to Tanner Clements. Clements advances. Now they send it to the back line. Brian Martinez comes across toward the middle to Calderon. He finds Perea. Perea back to Calderon. Now to the back line, and then once again that'll be Barrera. Sam Scarth has it near the circle. Gets it to Saldana. He's tripped, no call. Now comes to the near side, scramble for the loose ball. Sarah almost takes it away. Less than a minute now. Buffs control it, bring it back to Perea. Perea tries to send it back to the middle, but taken away by Oklahoma Christian. So they advance. Coming up, pressure applied. Taken away by the Buffs. Here's a feed up ahead to Saldana. Saldana tripped up, no call. Tripped up again, no call. Still stays on his, still gets back up and able to send it over on the right side. That's going to be Barry who will knock it out of bounds. And so a throw in for the Buffs. 21 seconds left to play. Buffs get set to throw this in. Lob up, there's a head toward the goal. And the goalie will fall on it. And will take his time, probably won't put this one in play, as we will wind down the first half and stay tied at 0-0. And so that's where we're at the half, a 0-0 tie in this one. And so what we'll do is take a 2-minute timeout. We'll come back for senior recognition and then go through some first half statistics. But first we'll take this break. No score here at the pitch on the campus of West Texas A&M. We'll be back after this 2-minute break on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it. It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
When you choose natural gas, chocolate chip cookies get a little tastier. Homes get a little cozier. Bank accounts tend to put on some weight. Towels get fluffier. Showers stay hotter for longer. And our blue planet gets a little greener. When it comes to choosing energy that's clean and efficient, nothing else could be more American. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
Well, welcome back to the pitch on the campus of West Texas A&M University. This is a scoreless first half. In the Buffaloes had a breakaway early in this one and were able to get a goal in. However, the officials then got together after they ruled it a goal, and then the side judge made the decision that the Buffs were offside. And I think probably from his angle it may have looked that way, but he was trailing way behind the play, and so the Buffs had a defender there. The ball had passed the defender, and they caught up to it and fed it to the middle and had a goal. But nevertheless, the officials waved that one off, so we're scoreless here on senior night. And as they get ready for their senior introductions, a couple of things we'll tell you. The Region 4 rankings came out, and the Buffs are ranked 11th in the region. And so that's where they stand currently. Cal State Los Angeles is first. In fact, it's pretty much either a Colorado or a California flavor. Midwestern has made it into the – it's interesting because Midwestern, even though they're ranked behind St. Mary's, they're ahead of St. Mary's with that 8-3-2 record. St. Mary's 7-0-5, and then WT is right behind them at 4-2-7 and 11th. St. Mary's is in 10th. Midwestern is in 7th. That's the current region rankings. As you look at that from men's soccer. And again, so Buffs need to do a couple of things here and also need to do something in the Lone Star Conference in order to kind of move up and be considered for the Super Region 4 rankings. And so, again, we kind of await the start of the senior recognition. Again, no score in this one after the first half of play as the Buffs break and get set for the for the final home game senior recognition. Every year, West Texas A&M is proud to have student athletes who represent the school well through their hard work, both on the pitch and, of course, in the classroom today. I'd like to call the attention to those members of our team who today are representing the Buffaloes here at the pitch. The Buffs are privileged to have 10 seniors finishing their home playing careers today. Each has contributed to the history and tradition of West Texas A&M during their time in Canyon. We'd like to honor their hard work and dedication at this time as the seniors make their way out onto the pitch to get recognized. Buff's first senior to be recognized tonight has appeared in 17 games with 11 starts over the past 2 seasons. He has totaled 954 minutes during his time in maroon and white. He recorded his only goal, a game winner against Lubbock Christian on September 25th, 2021. So today, Yotam Weiss is escorted by, or I should say, number 4, Yotam Balbo, is escorted by his teammate, Rotom Weiss. And so he becomes the first senior as number 4 makes his way out to get set for this one today. The second senior has helped the Buffs on and off the field in his 2 years here at WT. This Buff, of course, came from Duncanville, Texas. He's a sports and exercise science major at the university and has seen time in 14 matches this season, including the Buffs' 2-0 victory over Eastern New Mexico on Saturday. And again, that was just a great match for the Buffs as they picked up a win and a tie while they were on the road here this last few days. And so the second player that's being escorted out by his parents, Maltio Barbara and Naomi Dominguez, along with his grandmother, Maria Cabrera. That'll be number 19, Arturo Barrera, as they finally get set to make their way out. So our first senior again going out will be Yotam Balbo. And so instead they're going in a different direction there as well. And so Castillo will be the first one to make his way out there for the Buffaloes tonight. So up next to recognize is a Buff that has traveled all over the place, including from Honduras. This forward previously attended Indiana University East before coming to help the Buffs. This senior appeared in 41 games for the Maroon and White 3 season. He's been named the Lodestar Conference Offensive Player of the Week, along with First Team All-Star Conference in his career. And of course, here's Balbo, who's out there.
Over 60 games as a defender over his time at WT. He came to the Buffs from his hometown of El Paso, Texas. He has started 33 of the 60 games and scored 3 goals while a Buff. Today he's escorted by his dad, James Ryan, girlfriend Zoe Webb.
And so next down for the Buffaloes will be Sean Ryan from San Antonio, 5'10". He's a redshirt junior but senior for the Buffaloes.
Our next senior today has appeared in 32 games and racked up almost 2,500 minutes as a defender over his time at WT. He came to the Buffs from his hometown of Frisco, Texas after playing.
So our next senior comes from Frisco, Texas.
Defensive Player of the Week twice, along with earning second team All-South Central Region.
And so again, now this will be
Please welcome number 37, Anthony Perea.
Anthony Perea, who makes his way out along with his family as they come out. Neff Buck to make his way out. And coming out from Duncanville, Arturo Barrera. He's a senior, 5'11" senior. Of course, Arturo from Duncanville. He's a sports and exercise science major at WT. And his family that's out there, Mateo Barrera and Naomi Dominguez, along with his grandmother, Maria Cabrera. And that's going to be Arturo Barrera, who makes his way out there as well.
Our next senior has tallied a total of 1,179 minutes as a defender with the Buffs, coming from Halal, Israel. He previously played for Cumberland University.
So the next senior making his way out
He has scored 3 goals, including 1 against
for the Buffaloes
Saturday, and tallied 7 assists
will
from his
be
midfielder position during his
Rotem
time at
Weiss.
White. Today he's escorted by teammate Rotem Weiss. Please welcome number 35, Ben Siri.
And this is going to be Siri who's going to make his way out. So this senior
Next up is a senior from Round Rock, Texas. This senior has started all of 25 of his appearances in buff uniform after previously playing at University of North Carolina.
is going to be Payne McKeever.
This midfielder has
As
recorded 9
Payne
goals
makes his way out there as well.
in the Buffs draw with Lubbock Christian earlier this season. He has logged over 1,000 minutes this season and 1,728 in his time as a Buff. Today he's escorted by parents Gajera and Eric McKeever. Please.
So escorted by his parents, Dad and Jerry McKeever. Payne McKeever makes his way out. Payne, of course, from Round Rock, Texas.
Tallied a total of 2,230
Next is going to be Kenny Brown.
coming from Liverpool, England. He started
Kenny
his career
Brown
at Union
from
College
Liverpool
before coming to WT. In his career,
makes
Kenny
his way
has
out.
2 goals and 2 assists and leads the Buffs in scoring this season. Today he is escorted by former teammates Chris Gooding and Callum Doyle.
And a couple of former teammates, Chris Gooding and Callum Doyle, come out to escort Kenny Brown as he makes his way out onto the field.
Up next to recognize is a Buff that has traveled all the way from Tegucigalpa, Honduras. This forward previously attended Indiana University East.
And so here again, as we talked about earlier,
31 games for the Maroon and White.
playing for Indiana
He has
East.
been named the Lone Star Conference Offensive Player of the Week, along with first team All
Coming out to make his way is Dennis Herrera
Today he's
from
escorted by
Tegucigalpa, Honduras,
and Dennis
5'9" senior,
Please welcome number 10.
is being escorted by his parents as he makes his way out. And so the final senior tonight
14 games with 2 starts as defender over the last 3 years at WT. Coming from his hometown Mansfield, Texas, he holds an assist to his name during his career at
So
WT.
making
Today
his
he's escorted by parents
way
Brandon and
out.
Sarah Carpani. Please welcome number 23, Trevor Carpani.
Trevor Carpani gets the introduction. Carpani from Mansfield, Texas,
Ladies and gentlemen,
escorted by his parents as he makes his way out as well. So good to see all the seniors being recognized here for the Buffaloes on senior recognition night. Again, 0-0 is our score here at the half. We'll take a timeout and we'll come back and get ready for the second half. But first, this break on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
It's got the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of, and now it's here. First Financial Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly, local approval. It's service that just comes naturally to us, much like a love of tradition comes naturally to you. First Financial Bank, you first. Member FDIC.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train long, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day. With a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons. We live for this.
Welcome to MediDrive Pharmacy. We greet you by name, and our pharmacists take the time to console you and answer all your questions. Our Health Mart Pharmacy specializes in serving our community with fast, friendly professional service and the highest quality of medicine and health products. We accept most insurance plans, including Medicaid and Medicare, and we offer free in-town delivery to your home or business. Come visit us for all your health care needs.
Well, welcome back to the pitch on the campus of West Texas A&M. 0-0 our score. Oklahoma Christian and West Texas A&M as we look at our first half statistics. Shots in favor of WT 5-0. Shots on goal 1-0 in favor of the Buffaloes. Saves 1 for Oklahoma Christian, 0 for the Buffs. Fouls 4 for WT, 2 for Oklahoma Christian. Corners in favor of Oklahoma Christian, 3-1. Then offsides for 1 each for both teams in this one today. And actually, I think there's one missing because that first goal of the Buffaloes was called an offside. And so I never saw it tallied up in the stat category. But nevertheless, as we get set for the second half, the Buffs have changed their jersey tops, and primarily because they kind of blended in with Oklahoma Christian. Oklahoma Christian has white with maroon numerals. The Buffs had light gray that look very similar to white. And so they have changed them here at the half. That's smartly done, as they've gone to black jerseys now for the Buffaloes as we get set for the second half to get underway. So the Buffs will be going from left to right, while Oklahoma Christian will be going from right to left. So the Buffs now in black tops with maroon trim and white numerals. Oklahoma Christian in white tops with maroon numerals. And again, the Buffs made that choice. I just think because there was some times they weren't, when the sun was out pretty strong, they all kind of blended in. Everybody looks similar. So the Buffs elected to come up with the darker jerseys. As making his way out there now, last minute, is Ben Siri, who just got his black jersey in. And so the Buffs get set to put this one in play. And we're set to get this second half underway. No score between West Texas A&M and Oklahoma Christian. Buffs control it. Here's a lob up ahead, trying to feed it up. That's going to be headed back by T.J. Rolfs. Buffs control it along the back line. Martinez kicks it over to Clements. Scramble, trying to get it up toward the middle. Buffs along the left line. It's going to be out of bounds, they're going to say, off of Siri. So that'll be a throw-in for Oklahoma Christian. I'd add for the Buffaloes, Yotam Balbo has come in, playing on the back line, the senior. Joined by Martinez. And Clements. It's in. Oklahoma Christian attacking toward the middle. That's taken away by Clements. Clements to Calderon. Calderon feeds it up ahead to Saldana. Back to Clements. Clements moves it up now. Tries to feed it on the near side, and they do. They get it up ahead to Palomino. Palomino crosses over the middle. He's tripped, and that's going to be a foul called on Oklahoma Christian. In fact, that may even be a yellow card. We'll see. Conversation with the officials. Saldana is there. Sam Scarth and Siri are all out there. So the foul called, and so the officials will walk this one off to allow Oklahoma Christian to put up their wall. Sam Scarth and Siri are both there. We'll see who takes the kick. Back in goal, of course, is Daniel Ogier. And it's going to be, here's a kick by Siri that's knocked away. Siri runs it back, kicks it up in the corner, and that's going to be a throw-in for Oklahoma Christian. So wait as they retrieve the ball to get this one back in play. WT Athletics would like to thank Texas Farm Bureau Insurance for their continued support. Texas Farm Bureau members receive free tickets to all WT home sporting events. Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, proud sponsor of the Buffaloes. Oklahoma Christian gets this one in. Buffs putting pressure and knock it away. Oklahoma Christian again will get to throw it in. Walking up on the near sideline, Elliott Forster lobs it up ahead. Buffs take it away. Get it to the back line. Martinez goes across field. Now they go to Balbo. Kicks it across over on the left side. There's a feed toward the middle. Trying to scramble up. Saldana goes through traffic. Has it taken away by Oklahoma Christian. Scarth will lob it up on the right side. Trying to and finding Palomino. Chris lobs it up nicely. Here's a shot, and it is kicked again, and a third time for the Buffs. There's another shot blocked by Oklahoma Christian. The Buffaloes had 3 opportunities there. That's going to be knocked out of bounds, and it will be the Buffaloes getting a chance to throw it in. What an opportunity. We saw that exactly play out that same way last night for the Lady Buffs, and they could not get it in the last 30 seconds of their match. It was tied at 1 apiece. So the Buffaloes had an opportunity there and just unable to convert. We have played 4 minutes, as you watch on the replay there, and that one's kicked out of bounds. So a throw in for the Buffs, actually a free kick for the Buffs. They lob it up toward the middle, and coming up to grab that one is going to be Ogier. He'll kick it out quickly, gets it up ahead of the field. Tanner Clements runs down, and coming up to grab it real quick is Chris Stahl, who saves it for the Buffaloes. Martinez. Scarth kicks it across the way. With it is Anthony Perea. It's knocked out of bounds. Perea is limping over there on the far side. Scramble for the loose ball. Oklahoma Christian has it. They take it toward the middle. And that's going to be Cologne. Try to get it to the middle, but the Buffs able to break that one up as it's going to go out of bounds and will be a goal kick for WT. So let's see real quick. Substitute coming in for Oklahoma Christian will be Luke McKillany, sophomore from Edmond, Oklahoma. Come in for Salva Lopez. So it becomes a goal kick for the Buffaloes. Just under 40 minutes left in this match. Cristal across the midline. It's going to be headed up by Oklahoma Christian. Buffs make the theft. Oh, we're going to have a foul called on WT on Calderon. So free kick for Oklahoma Christian. Buffs get their defenders back. I'd like to recognize Mickey's Place as a proud sponsor of WT Athletics. Located on the square in Canyon, Mickey's Place provides a modern twist on traditional Italian cuisine, along with non-Italian favorites. Ball is put in play. That's going to go out of bounds and becomes a goal kick for the Buffaloes. Cristal is trying to get set, trying to break away with Sosak. But the Buffs put it back in the defensive line, and so they'll slowly bring it up. Scarth Comes over on the near side to Clements. Clements feeds it up ahead. Here's a give and go. Clements has it back. Kicks it up ahead to Calderon. Calderon tries to feed it toward the middle, trying to get at Palomino. Calderon has it back. Here's a loose ball. Buffs have it. Calderon's tripped up, no call. And Oklahoma Christian has it. They boot it over on the near side. Trying to control it there is Daniel Gutierrez. And there's Calderon. They're going to call foul on him, and that really looked like trying to swing wildly on that one was Job Clausen. It goes to the back line for the Eagles. They feed it up ahead to Clausen. Go to the back line once again. That'll be TJ Rolfs. It's lobbed up ahead. That's going to be knocked out of bounds and will be a throw-in for the Eagles on the near side right in front of their bench. Getting set to put it in play will be Elliot Forrester. It's taken away by the Buffs. And that's going to be kicked back toward the midline. Scramble toward the Oklahoma City bench, and that's going to be out of bounds, and that'll be a throw-in for the Buffs. WT gives it to Clements. Clements to Martinez. Over across the way to Yotam Balbo. Balbo up across. There's a give in the middle. Trying to feed it up ahead for the Buffs, but Oklahoma Christian able to come away with the defensive steal. They go back the other way. Knocking that one out of bounds is Siri, taking it away from Lewis Bassett. Bassett from Lincolnshire, England, puts it in play. Comes over to the near side. You hear that wind in the background. It's picked up. Elliot Forrester tries to lob it up ahead. Buffs headed back out of the box. Scarth controls it. Balboa kicks it up ahead. Scramble for the ball. Coming away with it, Sosak. Sosak takes it toward the middle. Tries to feed it up ahead. Instead, it's going to be taken away from him by Oklahoma Christian. Buffs attack on the ball. Nice maneuver by the Eagles to get it over on the far side. Once again attacking. And that is Silva, who's down in the corner. Has it knocked away. WT controlled it. Oklahoma Christian with the theft. Toward the middle they come and try to lob it up on the near side. And with, oh man, that is a takedown. No call on that one, as it's going to be kicked back to the goalie by Chris Palomino, and WT will reset out to Martinez. It's fed up ahead to Clements. Clements goes back with it. Martinez goes across field. Finds Balbo to Scarth. Scarth will lob it up ahead. Has a breakaway on the near side. That's Palomino. He controls it. Tries to take it toward the corner. A lot of contact. No call. Comes back with it. Clements. Go to the back line. Buffs to Scarth. Back to Clements. Martinez will retrieve back to Balbo. Or on the far side to Perea, back to the near side. Martinez will try to lob it up ahead. That's going to be headed out by Oklahoma Christian. It'll be a throw-in for the Buffaloes. Substitute for WT getting set to come in. Steven Hernandez makes his way in, 5'4" sophomore from Houston. Clements comes in, tried to get it over to Sosak, but it was taken away by Oklahoma Christian. Or no, to Calderon instead. The Buffs control it on the back line. They feed it up ahead. Toward the middle. Scarth feeds it up ahead, trying to get it to Palomino. Here's a control by the Buffs toward the middle. Here's a shot, and oh man, that was way too much mustard on that one. That one went over the retaining fence that was back there. They had a nice open look. And just too much oomph as that one went flying. Buffs have had some opportunities here in this one today. That's their 10th shot of the ball game. So Oklahoma Christian controls it to the near side. With it is Clausen. Loose ball goes back to the goalie. He's going to boot it out. Scramble for the loose ball at the midline. Eagles control it. They feed it up ahead. Now they have advantage. Buffs take this one away. Clements feeds it up ahead on the near side. With it for the Buffaloes. Saldana feeds it overhead. Held the goalie and heads it in. What a feed. And that's White, or excuse me, instead of that, it's Ben Siri on a nice feed from Saldana. Beautiful goal for the Buffs. They come at the 58-minute mark as we watch on replay. Again, nice feed up ahead. Saldana controls it. See Siri breaking toward the middle. Siri heads it in from there and finds the back of the net. The Buffs get their first goal, and they lead this one 1-0. A nice one by Ben Siri. And so Buffs take the early lead, or I should say the late lead here in the second half. So Oklahoma Christian will go set to put this one in play. And nice feed by Saldana up to Siri, and actually a better feed up from Clements, who got it up ahead. Oklahoma Christian puts it in play. Still plenty of time. 31.5 minutes left in this half. But the Buffs get the goal to go ahead. Again, the Buffs trying to find wins here at home as they've tied every match except the last one. It's Dallas Baptist that they came away with a 1-0 win in that one. This is kicked over on the near side, scramble for it. And that's going to go out of bounds, and that'll be a throw-in for Oklahoma Christian. Rayburn Rentals has proudly served the Amarillo area for over 30 years. WT Athletics would like to recognize Rayburn Rentals for their continued support of our athletics. Buffs get it to the middle. Saldana has it taken away by Oklahoma Christian. But here's the lob up on the near side, trying to get it to Hernandez. Scramble for the loose ball. Clements has it. Goes to the goalie to reset it again for the Buffs. Over on to Balbo. Balbo over on the left side to Perea. They drive it up ahead. Now Siri streaks along that left sideline. Comes back to the middle. Feeds it toward the middle. Calderon, nice dribble around the player. Shot is blocked by the goalie. Nice stop by Hosier. He'll roll it out. And Oklahoma Christian will bring it back the other way. Payne McKeever gets set to check in at the next opportunity. Across the midline, scramble for it. Controlling it is John Higuide. That's hit toward the goalie, and he coming up with it. Nicely done by Christol. Asif will bring it out. Get over to Balbo. Go back to Christol. Come to Arstead, coming the near side of Martinez. Martinez puts his foot into it, trying to get it to Palomino. Chris, and there's going to be a late flag, and now a couple players are going to square up. There's going to be a foul called on Chris Palomino on this. Let's see if we get a yellow card for this. And so, actually, it will be a free kick for the Buffaloes. No conversation between the officials. Both players were shoving. Keeper gets set to come in. The next opportunity. And Sam Scarth will put his foot into it to get this one going. It's lobbed up, headed up. Buffs had an opportunity, but knocked out by Oklahoma Christian. Buffs control it. Scarth takes it to the back line. This is trying to get it across the way. It was Clements, and it was taken away by Oklahoma Christian. Eagles control it. Come over on the near side. And that's TJ Ross, who gets it up to Luke Ciccone over on the right side. Now back toward the middle. Now to the near side once again. It's going to be Alpha Berry. Berry goes to the back line. And they'll swing it over to the far side of the field. Give and go toward the middle. Oklahoma Christian controls it. Down in the middle, that's going to be knocked away by the Buffs. And that'll be, stays alive. Buffs control it. They feed it off to the left side. And there's going to be a collision. Yellow card is showed on Oklahoma Christian. And that's going to go against Yo Clausen. He's kind of had a couple of collisions, and that one got called for the yellow card. So the Buffs trying to get Ben Siri up. He was the one that had the breakaway, and he got clobbered. So the officials sort this one out. We'd like to recognize Lions Realty as a proud partner of WT Athletics. Give them a call at 806-358-3900. Lions Realty, official realtor of WT Athletics. And WT Athletics would like to thank MetaDrive Pharmacy for their support of our athletes. Located on 23rd Street, MetaDrive can assist you with all your pharmaceutical needs. MetaDrive, official pharmacy of WT Athletics. And so getting set to put that one in play. Here's the give off to Perea. Drives it on the left side. Perea crosses over. And they bring it back to the back line. Martinez on the near side. Goes back to the goalie, giving chase is now there's contact. An Oklahoma Christian player goes down. Now a yellow card being presented to WT. And that's going to be probably a payback by Siri. So he'll get the yellow card. That'll be a yellow card for unsporting. A couple of subs coming in for WT at the next opportunity. Still Payne McKeever waiting patiently. And also Dylan Watson will come in at the next opportunity. Oklahoma Christian will put this one in play. That's going to be headed out. And we got a call. I think it was offsides called on Oklahoma Christian. So that'll become a goal kick for the West Texas A&M Buffaloes. 26.5 minutes left to play. Buffs lead this one 1-0. So Cristal will put this in play. Cristal sends this one across. The Buffs headed up to the right side. Here's a breakaway almost for the Buffs. They still control it. With it, Siri looks, tries to lob it up ahead, and that's going to be offsides on the Buffaloes. So that becomes a goal kick or a free kick for Oklahoma Christian. And they'll put this one in play. Hernandez gives chase across the way. So Oklahoma Christian sends it across from Rodriguez over on the near side. Controlling it is Berry. It's a feed up ahead, and that's going to be kicked out of bounds, and that'll be a throw-in for the Buffaloes.
Entering the pitch for the Buffs, number 11, Barry McKeever, and number 21, Dylan Watson.
So McKeever and Watson do make their way in. Sitting down for the Buffaloes will be Sam Scarth. And also coming out will be Siri. In it comes. Buffs trying to control it, and there's going to be a foul called on Alejandro Colon. So Hernandez, who took the brunt of that one. Oh, check it, it's Payne McKeever took the brunt of that one. In it comes. On the right side, Buffs control it. Palomino back to the middle to McKeever. McKeever tried to get it across in the box, but it was taken away by Oklahoma Christian. It's going to be headed back by the Buffaloes. They control it. Here's a shot toward the middle, knocked away from Hernandez by Oklahoma Christian. They attack the other way. Buffs make the steal. They advance, trying to get it in the middle, taken back by Oklahoma Christian. Now back to the goalie, and Hoosier will kick it out across. The Buffs will head it back toward the midline. Scramble for the loose ball. Oklahoma Christian controls it. With it, crossing over in the middle is Elliott Forrester. Forrester controls it, goes back to Berry. Alpha kicks it up ahead, and that's going to be too far and go out of bounds. He's trying to feed it up ahead to Zach Snow, but Zach couldn't catch up with it. 23 minutes left to play in this one. Throw in for the Buffs. A lot of contact. Buffs control it, kick it up, and that's going to be out of bounds, and so that'll be a throw in for Oklahoma Christian. They get it in quickly to Berry. Berry over to Clausen to Snow. He'll get it back to Forrester. Tries to lob it up ahead. There's a header that WT is going to control, and they'll roll it out. And Anthony Perea will kick it in the back line. There's a lob up ahead. Oklahoma Christian controls it. That is Igeti. A lot of pressure as that goes out of bounds, and that will be a Oklahoma Christian throw-in. 22.5 minutes left to play. Buffs lead it 1-0. Scramble in the middle, and let's see what this is going to be. Foul called on the Buffaloes. So that'll be a good kick right there at the edge of the box for the Eagles as the official steps off the wall for WT. Now they set it up. So getting set to put this in play will be either Clausen. Nope, it's dead. That one, oh, diving for it, and it's not there. And a goal scored on the kick by Elliott Forrester. That ties it up at 1 apiece. As they got the foul called right at the box. And they were able to get it in. You watch on the replay. Here's Forrester's kick. And that coming up to try to get it, trying to lob himself at it was Cristal, and just got his fingertips on it as that one goes over his fingertips into the back of the net. And so it ties it up at 1 apiece. 21 and a half minutes left to play in this one. Buffs control it over to Clements on the near side. Clements feeds it up. Palomino. Palomino attacks. Tries to lob it up on the far side of the field. Trying to get it over to Carpani. Buffs at the midline. Still controlling it. Kick it up ahead. Now Oklahoma Christian comes up with a theft. Calderon trying to make the theft the other way, the steal, and does. Gets it over to Perea. Perea will dribble it up to Hernandez. Steven, crossover here in the middle. That's going to be kicked away by Oklahoma Christian. Loose ball, controlled by the Eagles. There's a trip, no call. And so Oklahoma Christian controls it. They cross over, come in the middle. There's a shot taken away by Chris Dahl. Chris Dahl able to come away. He'll roll it out to Balbo. He'll feed it up ahead, now back to Balbo. And then there's a whistle. And we got a yellow card called on somebody from Oklahoma Christian. Not sure exactly who, but it'll be a free kick for the Buffaloes. Kenny Brown getting set to come back in. So too Dennis Herrera at the next opportunity. Buffs put this in play. Come across to Brian Martinez on the near side. Martinez feeds it up to Clements. Or over to Palomino. Gets it over to Calderon. Back to Martinez. Back to Calderon. Martinez tries to feed it up ahead, and that's going to go out of bounds. Off of Clements on the kick. So a couple of subs coming in. Kenny Brown and Dennis Herrera make their way in. As Hernandez will sit down. So too will Palomino. So it'll be a throw in for Oklahoma Christian. Coming up on 19 minutes left to play. Buffs head this one back. Brown tries to feed it over on the left side to Herrera, but that's taken away by Oklahoma Christian. Eagles have it taken away back by WT. Nice theft the other way. Now fed up on the near side. Oklahoma Christian feeds it back. Buffs control it. Back the back row, Clements. It's out of problem, and there's going to be a foul called on Oklahoma Christian, and that's going to go against Rodriguez, I think. Buffs put it in play. That foul goes against Silva. Buffs come up on the near side. Palomino's still in there. I think he just came over and got a drink. Kenny Brown lobs it up. There's a header, and it's a free ball. It's going to be kicked out of bounds by Oklahoma Christian. And that should be a corner kick for the Buffaloes. Buffs had it for a moment. Had a header there on the far side, but that one was knocked out of bounds. So the Buffs will do a corner kick here. Kenny Brown will get set to put this one in play. Brown crossed in front of the net. There's a header knocked out by Oklahoma Christian. Buffs control it. McKeever gets it on the near side. Scramble for the loose ball. Kenny Brown comes away with it. Tries to lob it up ahead. And running down and pulling that one in is the goalie. So Hoosier comes up with it. And he'll walk it up toward the middle of the box to put this one back in play. 17 minutes left to play in this one. Across the midline, it goes out of bounds. So that'll be a throw in for Oklahoma Christian. They lob it up ahead. There's an offsides call on Oklahoma Christian. So it'll be a goal kick for the Buffaloes. Or free kick for WT. Cristal will put this one in play. 16 and a half minutes left to play. 1-1, we're tied up. Buff scored in the 58th minute on a header from Siri. And Oklahoma Christian was able to score. To tie it up at 1 apiece. Scramble over on the far sideline. It's going to be knocked out of bounds. That'll be a throw in for the Buffaloes. Rayburn Reynolds has probably served the Amarillo area for over 30 years. WT Athletics would like to recognize Rayburn Reynolds for their continued support of our athletics. In it comes. Buffs control it. Back toward the middle. Now they feed it on the near side. Clements will run it down. Tanner will take it across the midline. Feeds it up ahead to Palomino. Palomino back to Clements. Clements has it taken away by Oklahoma Christian. Buffs gain it right back. Calderon had it as Palomino hits the turf. No call. Or Herrera, has it. Over to Palomino. There's a lob up toward the goal. Scramble for it. Oklahoma Christian kicks it away. It's going to be controlled by the Eagles at the midline. Oklahoma Christian spins it back toward the middle. Attacking on the far side is Daniel Gutierrez. Toward the middle. Slide, tackle's not there. So they control it in the box, scramble for it, and the Buffs are able to get it out. And so that's going to be a throw-in for Oklahoma Christian. He's getting set to put this one in play. Will be Elliott Forrester. Gets it in. Harassed by Palomino. Buffs come away with it. Or to Palomino. Gets it back to Clements. Tanner kicks it across the midline. Now Kenny Brown trying to run this one down. It's going to be taken across the way. The Buffs have it. Palomino gets it back to Brown. Kenny attacks in the middle. Tries to feed it over on the left side. Trying to get it over to Watson. Buffs control it, still at the box. Crossover, here's a shot, and then coming up with a nice stop is Daniel Hosier. So Hosier will bring it out with 14 minutes left to play. Tied at 1. Oklahoma Christian goes on the far side. It's knocked out of bounds, so that will be a throw-in for the Buffs. And they control it. Go to the back line to reset it up. He'll come across to Brian Martinez. Martinez will feed it on the near side to Tanner Clements. Clements has it taken away by Oklahoma Christian, but Payne McKeever is right there. Fed it on the right side off of a Oklahoma Christian player, as that was knocked off of Clausen. So throw in from Clements. Clements feeds it up ahead to Brown. Brown's taken down, no call. Scramble for the loose ball. Over on the near side, Palomino back to the middle. Buffs have a shot, and it's going to be still scramble for it. Coming away with it is the goalie. And he's going to kick this one up ahead. Headed up by WT. But Oklahoma Christian controls it at the midline. Scramble for the loose ball. Keever puts pressure on it. Now it's fed up here on the near side. Trying to dribble through traffic is Silva. Silva scrambles. And that's going to be another free kick on the foul by WT. Silver hits the floor. So it'll be a free kick for the Eagles. .21 left to play in this one. Buffs set up their wall. Cristal back deep in goal. Probably be the same. Forrester, yes, is there, along with Clausen. So see who kicks this one. Forrester. Nope. Clausen will kick this one, and it's at the back of the goal. And so Oklahoma Christian takes the 2-1 lead at the 11:48 mark on a foul by the Buffaloes. And so Clausen, here's the kick, just over the wall, and Cristal unable to get to it. So Cristal, who's been pretty solid in goal, getting these short-range shots Oklahoma Christian's been able to take advantage of. Substitute coming in for Oklahoma Christian as Luke McElhaney comes in. So they lead at 2-1. 11:48 left to play. Siri will come in.
Entering the pitch for the Buffs, number 35, Ben Siri.
And he'll come in, and going out will be Dylan Watson. So the Buffs put this one back in play, trailing 2-1. McKeever comes across to Clements. Feeds it up ahead. Palomino has it taken away by Forrester. Buffs control it back. Get it toward the middle. Kenny Brown. Feeds it up ahead, trying to get it to. And there's an offsides called, and the Buffs are complaining. Butch Laufer can't believe that they called. That's another offsides. Again, the Buffs had an offside goal. A goal that was called offsides very early in the match. And this official on the near side calls it offsides. And once again, the Buffs had Oklahoma Christian had a defender back there. And so the Buff player was free to advance, but instead he calls the offsides. So it's going to be lobbed up ahead. That's going to be kicked out of bounds, and so that will be WT throw. Oh! The WT's going to put it in play. They were saying that it was for Oklahoma Christian. Brown has it. Kenny Brown takes it in the middle, kings it over the near side. Here's a shot. Buffs, just missed an opportunity there. Looking for a penalty as the official is getting an earful as Dennis Herrera is taken down and no call on the play. So there'll be a corner kick for the Buffaloes. So the Buffs will get set. Kenny Brown will put this one in play. Or check it. It'll be Ben Siri who puts it in play. Siri bends it toward the goal. Goalkeeper hands it away. So it'll be another corner kick for the Buffs. So they'll get it on the other side. Trailing 2-1. 9.5 minutes left to play in this one. Buffs put it in play. Shot toward the middle. Goalkeeper comes away with it. Falls down. So nice stop by Daniel Hosier. So he'll slowly work it out. Tells everybody to advance. So he's going to put his foot into this one. It's going to be headed up. And coming away with it is Cristal, who will lob it out. Palomino controls it over on the far side. Yotam Balboa puts his foot into it, trying to send it up ahead. That's going to be headed back by Oklahoma Christian. Scramble for the loose ball. Eagles control it on the far side of the field. Trying to control it there is Cologne. Again, they're going to waste as much time as they can. 8.5 minutes left to play. That's going to go out of bounds, and so that'll be a throw in for the Buffs. So the Buffs get set to throw this one in. Lob up ahead to Saldana. Across the field. Go to Perea. Anthony will advance it. to Siri. Toward the middle. It's going to be tipped away by Oklahoma Christian. Loose ball. Oh, foul called on the Buffs for contact there. And that, I know the WT is going to say incidental compared to what happened in goal, that they didn't get a whistle on. So free kick. Official kicks it back. That's just a waste of time for Oklahoma Christian, trying to run out some time on the clock. It's going to be headed up and out of bounds by WT, so a throw in for Oklahoma Christian. Again, Oklahoma Christian trying to climb back in this one. They are 7th in the conference right now, so trying to get up to that 6th spot. Now it's going to be knocked out of bounds. The official now finally says WT throw in. I didn't think he was going to say which way it was going to go. Took him 15 seconds just to decide which way to go. So throw in for WT. Substitute. Nope, time is stopped with 6:59 left to play. So a timeout taken. And an injured player for Oklahoma Christian. So they're going to attend to him. Amarillo National Bank. I'd like to thank them for supporting WT Athletics. Amarillo National Bank, locally owned, family strong, and here to stay. And the Canyon Chamber of Commerce is a proud partner of WT Athletics. Canyon Chamber works with local businesses to provide economic growth for the city of Canyon. Thank you for your continued support of WT Athletics. And Jimmy Fincher, we'd like to thank Jimmy Fincher Body Shop for their support of WT Athletics, equally skilled at repairing damages or customizing your vehicle. Jimmy Fincher is your top Amarillo body shop. So the player will make his way over, have to step out as they put this one in play. And coming out is Alpha Berry. So he'll come over to the sideline with the trainer. Stand out for a moment as the Buffs get set to do the throw in. So Berry comes back in. 6:55 left to play. Clements on the near side goes back. Martinez goes across to Balboa. Back in the corner. Perea takes it across the midline. Lobs it up ahead, trying to get it to Kenny Brown, and sliding up to make that stop is the goalie. And so Ogier will take his time getting up. Slowly put this one in play. 2-1, Oklahoma Christian with the lead. And really the Buffs trailing 2-1, but they've outshot Oklahoma Christian 14-3. Comes over on the near side. Herrera. Dennis will advance. Finds Clements. Clements. Back to Herrera. Herrera to Clements. Goes to the back line of Martinez. Brian will kick it across the pitch to Balboa. Balboa to Pereira. Anthony. Or check it instead. That will be Ben Sira who will control it. Back to the middle. Payne McKeever. To Saldana. Saldana will take it in the middle on the right side, try to feed it up, and then kicks it out of bounds. Trying to get it to Clements, who had kind of gone a give and go. Getting set to come in is Silva for Oklahoma Christian. Clock continues to run as they make the substitute. Silva comes in. Coming out will be Cologne. Buffs control it. Clements. Kicked high in the air. Scramble for the loose ball. And Oklahoma Christian sends it way up the other way. It's going to be headed up. And there's a lob up toward the goal. And that's going to go over the goal as Asif Cristal had come up on the opportunity. And John Guidi had just lobbed it up over his head, but it went over the goal, so it becomes a goal kick. Buffs put it in play. Trailing 2-1, 4:30 left to play. Scramble in the middle. Barry kicks it across the midline. Oklahoma Christian has it back the other way. Toward the middle. Coming up with it. Cristal has it. Cristal gets it back to Balbo. Over to Pereira. Anthony drives along that left sideline. Got tripped up. There's a foul called on Oklahoma Christian. And then there's a timeout. There's going to be a yellow card for delay. That's going to be called on Oklahoma Christian. And that's going to go on a delay. It's going to go against Daniel Gutierrez as they stop the clock with 3:50 left to play. WT gets set to put it in play. Balbo kicks it high in the air. Scramble for the loose ball. It's going to be bodied up. There's going to be a foul called. No. Oh, they're going to call it on WT instead. So instead of a free shot for the Buffaloes, instead they're going to go with a foul the other way against Oklahoma Christian. So the goalie will put this in play with 3:23 left to play. Clock running. It's going to take his time. Official says let's put it in play. It's going to be lobbed up on the far right side. Buffs headed out the other way. Scramble for the loose ball. Oklahoma Christian controls it. Over on the far side, they're just going to try to use some clock here as they lob it up on the near side, and that's going to go out of bounds. That'll be a WT throw-in. So substitution getting set to come in for WT. It's going to be Steven Hernandez coming back in. So goal kick for WT. Have it on the far side. Get it up. Siri. Dribbles through traffic to Payne McKeever. Payne kicks it up on the right side. Finds Brown. Kenny goes down in the corner. Kicks it toward the middle. That's out of bounds, and it'll be a corner kick for the Buffaloes. So Hernandez will throw it over to Kenny Brown. He'll get set to throw this one in. 2 minutes left to play. 2-1 Oklahoma Christian. Time is called. A little bit of a scrum there in the middle as everybody was setting up. So now the official says put it in play. That's going to go over the goal. Here's a header back by WT. Scramble for it. And that's going to be, oh my land. And so they're going to give that to Oklahoma Christian, and now there's going to be a penalty called on the Buffs, I'm sure. And so that should have been a free kick for the Buffs. Instead, they're going to say that's Oklahoma Christian. .141 left to play. So a goal kick for Oklahoma Christian. Buffs trail 2-1. This will be their first, if they can't come up with a goal, their first loss at home this year. This is kicked over the midline. It's going to be kicked out of bounds, so that'll be a throw-in for Oklahoma Christian. They have it. 1:19 left to play. Clock continues to run. Buffs with the theft. Get it toward the middle. Here's a feed up ahead to Kenny Brown. Brown in stride, takes it up on the right side, tries to take it toward the middle. Has it, still kicked out of bounds, and that's going to be a corner kick for the Buffaloes. 59 seconds, clock continues to run. Trying to get the ball up quickly. In it comes. With it, Saldana. Goes over on the left side, Clements. Clements lobs it up toward the goal. Here's an opportunity that's kicked back and knocked out of bounds, and now it becomes a goal kick with 37 seconds left. So goalie taking his time will walk it up. Clock continues to run. He's just going to put down the ball, step back. He'll be able to waste about 15 seconds here before he puts it in play. And the official says, let's go. He'll kick it with 14 seconds. Now time again. That's going to be a delay, and they're going to give him a yellow card. And so they stop the clock. So again, you knew he was wasting as much time as he could. So he puts it in play. And that's going to be out on the far sideline. So there'll be a Buff throw in. And so they're 2 seconds, 1 second, and Oklahoma Christian, an important win for them, 2-1. And so for them in LSC standings, they improved to 3-3-2, while the Buffs fall to 3-1-4. And so that helps move them up. Again, they're battling Midwestern for that last spot there. And so they come away with a 2-1 win over Oklahoma Christian. And again, just a big win on the road for the Eagles. We'll take a timeout, come back and recap this one. But first, this break. Again, Oklahoma Christian comes away with a 2-1 win over the Buffaloes. We're back in 2 minutes on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it. It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
When you choose natural gas, chocolate chip cookies get a little tastier. Homes get a little cozier. Bank accounts tend to put on some weight. Towels get fluffier. Showers stay hotter for longer. And our blue planet gets a little greener. When it comes to choosing energy that's clean and efficient, nothing else could be more American. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
Welcome back to the pitch on the campus of West Texas A&M. An important road win for Oklahoma Christian because that keeps them in the playoff race as they improve to 3-3-2 in conference play. The Buffs, who were in number 2 spot, fall to 3-1-4. As Oklahoma Christian wins this one 2-1 today. As we look at our final statistics in this one today, the Buffs outshot Oklahoma Christian 14-4, and shots on goal was 7-3. But Oklahoma Christian came up with 6 saves. The Buffs came up with 1. And so that made the difference on their 3 shots. They were able to get 2 goals in there to come away with a 2-1 win. Fouls, 9 for WT, 7 for Oklahoma Christian. Corner kicks, Oklahoma Christian with 3, the Buffs with 4. And offsides in this one, Buffs were called 4 times for offsides, including that very first one, which was the goal at the beginning that would have actually gave them the lead early in this one. 2 offsides for Oklahoma Christian. And so, again, the Buffs fall in this one by a final of 2-1. WT goes on the road on Saturday as they travel over to Midwestern State for their final regular season Lone Star Conference matchup. Of course, that's an important one as well. Midwestern fighting for a playoff spot as well. And so, again, the Buffs played them on the 14th and tied them at 1-1 here at the pitch. And so this one will be for part of the Lone Star Conference points. And so that one will be the final one at 3 p.m. and again on the 29th. Again, the final here, Oklahoma Christian wins it 2-1. We'll take another timeout. We'll head down to the field and visit with head coach Butch Lawfer, Ben Siri, but first this break on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Since 1933, the Panhandle Plains Historical Museum has housed the vast history of Panhandle Plains, given back to the community, and provided educational resources to those who live here. Located on the campus of West Texas A&M University, PPHM is free to all students, faculty, and staff at WT. We offer volunteer opportunities, internships, and hands-on research experience. From prehistoric times to pioneer travels, there's something for everyone at the largest history museum in Texas. Stop by and see us sometime. Oh, and don't forget, go Buffs!
Welcome to Shimin Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family.
We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shimin Dental Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology, innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the breadth of our cosmetic and restorative services through training to
Welcome to Shimin Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family.
We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shimin Dental Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology, innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the breadth of our cosmetic and restorative services through training to provide the best possible outcomes.
Just with the level of commitment that they show to taking care of my family and I, it's absolutely unmatched in this town, so I've been very happy with them.
Brightening smiles for more than 3 decades.
Contact Shimin Dental Group for your appointment today.
Well, welcome back to the pitch on the campus of West Texas A&M as the Buffaloes fall here at home. Unfortunately, the first home loss of the year as they fall to Oklahoma Christian 2-1. Ben Siri joins us. Ben, of course, had a phenomenal goal, got the header that went into the back of the net, and that was a nice setup all the way by John Saldana to get it over to you.
Yes, it was a great ball by Gian. Yeah, happy to be back on the field. You know, that's only my second game this year. I'm glad to be here, but the result is a bit disappointing.
It is a bit disappointing tonight, again on senior night as well, as all the seniors got recognized too. And so talk a little bit about this one, because there was a lot of back and forth between Oklahoma Christian and this one. I mean, obviously they needed a win extremely hard in order to stay in the playoff chase. But you guys were trying to control it here at the house.
Right. Regardless of if the other team needs to win or not, we always pushing ourselves, and even in practices we always push to win, and we are competitive in every single game. Yeah, unfortunately they scored with 2 free kicks, which is kind of not showing what happened on the field. So yeah, that's the most disappointed situation for us, that we cannot control their goals.
Still keeps you in the playoff chase, obviously, and so that's important. And then, but you have a very important game against Midwestern coming up as well, and so that will be a good battle too, because both teams have always been kind of, bring out the best in each other for these contests.
Right. The games against Midwesterns are always like a fight. Yeah, we beat them in the last 2 years, twice or 3 times. Right. Our goal right now is just staying on the second place in the conference. We won't win the regular season this year, unfortunately, but right now our biggest goal right now is just staying in the second place.
Talk a little bit now on a final question about just playing out here on the pitch with your teammates, and obviously tonight was senior recognition night, so a lot of guys got recognized as well. And so just talk about what that's like, the camaraderie out here with the Buffaloes.
When I first came here, I looked at the field and it looked amazing for me. Like since the first moment, I enjoyed every single moment here on the pitch. That's my third year here, so for me it feels like home. Yeah, I think all of us were excited to play on the last time at home. Yeah, this place will be like home for us forever.
A good memory, obviously. Well, congratulations on the season. I know you haven't got to play a whole lot, but you get to get in a few games, and you got in a very important one today. We'll see what happens over at Midwestern.
Yeah, hopefully get the tournament.
All right, very good. Ben Siri joining us on the post-game show. Butch Lawfer getting set to step in here. So, Ben, thank you very much. Appreciate it. We'll get head coach Butch Lawfer to come in, and I'm good. And that's a tough one, 2-1.
Yeah, it's disappointing, especially considering how many opportunities we created tonight again. And, you know, very uncharacteristic of our team to give up goals on set pieces like that, because we never do that. And so that's disappointing as well.
Offensively, though, you guys were aggressive. You outshot them 14-3. Shots on goal 7-3. They just had a couple of those two. Of course, they got the penalty kicks.
Yeah, they got the 2 free kicks, and you know, not sure really what happened. Why? I mean, like I said, the first one beat us to the near post, so that tells me that the wall wasn't right. And you know, we go through that stuff all the time. And but I don't know, just you know, we just. At some point, I knew that the goal scoring issue was going to catch you at some point, you know. And I guess tonight's tonight.
Right. Well, you got another one coming up, and of course, that's against Midwestern, and that's the foe that you always face. It seems to end everything. And so, talk about that one a little bit.
Well, you know, it's always you can when those two teams play, you can throw everything out the window, and you know, it'll be, you know, I'm sure it'll be energetic and exciting and end to end. And you know, they had a few bumps as well during the season, and so we'll see. We'll go down there and give it our best shot, and I have confidence in these guys that they'll do well.
Yeah, you've done well on the road too, and so again, you seem like you feel comfortable out on the road.
We do. You know, when you're on the road like that, you have the ability to control a lot of things, and you know, whether it being senior day and stuff like that, you can't control all the noise, and you know, you don't see them very much, and so it's you know, you got to be mature, and you got to trust them that they're going to do the right things, and you know, pretty much all year they have. So it's, I don't know, we'll see. We'll just get trained tomorrow, and we'll get after it. Yeah, that's it. That's all you can do.
True. Final question: just talk about your seniors that are out here, and again, you know, just a great group that has been out here, and kind of they play so well together. I mean, it seems like there's good camaraderie.
Oh yeah, it's a good group, and we're going to be disappointed to see them go, but you know, they're going to go on to the next stage in their life and do well, and you know, they're all smart and graduated, and so they'll be great representatives of the university.
Butch, we appreciate you joining us on the post-game show. We'll talk to you later. Butch Lawfer, of course, head coach for West Texas A&M. His club falls tonight by a final of 2-1. And again, when we were talking about the Lone Star Conference standings, the Buffs fall to 3-1-4 in the LSC, while Oklahoma Christian improves to 3-3-2. Those are important points that they needed in order to push into the playoff chase a little bit. So that was an important win for Oklahoma Christian and the Eagles here tonight. Big thanks, of course, to our Thunder Vision crew, as always. Casey Johnson for directing this one, keeping control of all the pictures, everything else that we saw. Jordan Conde and Delilah Adeyemi King, appreciate you bringing the pictures for tonight's contest as well. That'll wrap it up here for the regular season as far as the Buffs and Lady Buffs. Of course, the playoffs are right around the corner. We'll find out what that matchup will be for both of those teams after this weekend. But that'll do it for tonight. Again, the Buffs fall to the Eagles by a final of 2-1. I'm Bryce Sheets. This is the Lone